I know there are a lot of things that are ahead of us, bearing in mind that next year is an election year, and we are all under pressure in one way or the other to ensure that we deliver certain key priorities in our various departments or ministries within the shortest time possible. But most important is that we all must work as a team, and that is why we are here, so that we can set our targets, which I'm sure you've had a conversation at a more detailed level and agreed on those parameters. So today we shall just be appending our signatures, and then thereafter it's the tracking mechanism to see whether we are on target or we are missing our targets. I really want to encourage particularly the people who are working on the bill that we need to get it done. We need to get it done. And I was informally telling Ahmed here that Kenyans are very interesting from different perspectives. They win marathons, they set records globally, and we have been churning out runners one after the other. However, there is one record we set and then we lost it. President Kibaki, when he took over, he perfected performance contracting, and he won the international UN accolade as the country with the best public management system, best practice, and Kenya was out there in the UN in terms of public service. Then along the way, the United States came and benchmarked on Kenya, looked at how we are doing our performance contracting, and they went and had it legislated through the Congress. And they have a law on performance contracting. Now, the guys who are fast at the tape, Kibaki came, he finished his 10-year term. He's even no longer with us. President Uhuru came, he finished his 10 years, that's 20. We are now in President Ruto's term. We are finishing the first 5 years of his term, looking forward to his second, and we still are going through dialogue on the legislation 20 plus years after. Unbelievable. The top-notch country, fast at the tape, gets global recognition. Others come and pick your practice. They go beyond it, have legislation, and you the pioneers of the thing are still going through a rigmarole of consultation. So I sat back and I said, I think for whatever it is worth, I think we owe, as a legacy, let us make sure that this time we can conclude successfully and have performance contracting properly anchored in law, so that it really, in my view, becomes a scientific process, a criteria that can form the basis of evaluating civil servants or public servants. It can then become a measurable way of determining who deserves promotion or not, so that we move away from the discretionary processes. Because if you have to go to that extra mile, we must find a way of having a system that can really be tracked and determined. And then we do not have arbitrary processes and the cases we hear of somebody saying, I have worked, I have flogged, I've been the, they call it is it the heroes of what? There's the famous saying, drawers of water and hewers of wood over the years, but have not been promoted. Why? And then somebody comes in, he has not drawn as much water, nor has he been a hero of the wood, and he gets promotion. So let's help in galvanizing a process for our public service. And I strongly believe that this piece of legislation, if we can have it done after the final stage of public participation, let's not hold it back anymore. Let us not let down what Kibaki started, putting us on the global map as a country with a very solid public service. And then now we seem to be the ones chasing after our own victory. It doesn't augur well. So I thought I should express this as we go forward. Then we can correct ourselves and be able to move.
Your Excellency, I want to assure you that at the State Department for Foreign Affairs, we are using the performance contracting framework and process to really enhance our productivity. And what we have done already, Your Excellency, is that we have cascaded this across all our missions. And so all our heads of missions have also signed performance contracts. Those contracts have been translated into specific work plans. The same holds for all the directorates of the State Department. We've already undertaken a midterm review of where we stand on the matter. We have already identified weaknesses and challenges, particularly around digitization, where we are lagging behind, around asset development, where we are also lagging behind, and one or two other areas. And we are taking this very, very seriously. And it is because we have chosen to leverage on these frameworks to enable us develop very clear roadmaps towards enhanced productivity. And so with respect to this year's process, Your Excellency, we stand ready to work with you so that the ministry in totality can be able to be ranked way higher than it has been previously.
Quickly on that, allow me to quote William Shakespeare when he said, "There is a tide in the affairs of men, which taken leads to voyage, omitted leads to shallow waters." So it is upon us, incumbent on us, to ride the tide as we sign this performance contracting. And I say this, Excellency, just allow me to borrow a quote from where I'd worked before. Before coming here, I worked in Korea. And performance contracting in Korea is a very serious issue. And Korea did borrow from us. In Korea, performance contracting, if the minister fails to meet the target, the entire ministry loses increment for that whole year. Similarly, if the sweeper misses the target, everybody up to the minister misses their salary increment. Why do they do this? Because the weakest link is as strong as the strongest link in an organization. And so it's not about I meeting my target, it's about we meeting our targets. So I believe at every stage it behooves us to work with everyone and ensure that we meet the targets, because they are not individual targets. It is us as a ministry and us as a country. So I thank you once again and commit that the Office of the Prime Cabinet Secretary, we shall adhere to this and disseminate the contracts that we sign and ensure that we do commit. I thank you, Your Excellency.
We are very happy to commit today in signing. This morning, I really want to commit my unwavering support to ensure that we deliver on the goals that we've put in this performance contracting as a State Department. I also want to really commit on the delivery of the Public Service Performance Management Bill. Indeed, Your Excellency, I know this is so dear to you and it is dear to our country for orderliness in public service and to ensure that everyone is committed to results oriented approach. So we've really worked on this document since we came to office, and I'm very happy that my colleague PS Abdul Salam is running with it now. So with our coordination as the State Department for Parliamentary Affairs, we are going to really work closely with the State Department for National Government Coordination to ensure that we achieve. And this one we are going to achieve, Your Excellency, I promise. We had a discussion with PS, National Government Coordination, and we are very ready. We are not going to drop the ball. We are going to ensure that, aware that Parliament is going for, is soon starting to go for campaigns. Members of Parliament, probably in the next 8 months or 6 months, they will be out to start campaigning. It means we have a very short time for them to give a meaningful or detailed deliberation on items that goes to Parliament. So, cognizant of that, we'll work with my colleague and all our other colleagues to ensure that we deliver to Parliament and we coordinate with Parliament to achieve this, because this is so dear to us. Thank you so much, and may God bless us all.
When the rubber meets the road, it is actually about implementing those commitments that we have done. Scholars of administrative law say that we get the mandate of the people every 5 years, then to monitor the mandate of the people on a yearly basis. So beyond the signing that we do today and the cascading that happens to our departments and so on, I think critical to the success of this work is the consistent and timed monitoring of the work that is actually doing, that we're actually doing. At Diaspora Affairs, we've already held our third meeting to review our work plan and the performance contract and to see where we are going so that we can add fire, as it were, under the things that are maybe falling back or require new resources or that we need to rethink. So beyond the signatures, I think critical is the implementation and the check-ins on a regular basis to ensure that we're actually implementing the things that we said we're going to implement. So I want to thank you again for convening us and ministry-wide, really, to sign these agreements and to affirm our commitments, not just to the people we serve, but also to each other and to hold each other accountable. Thank you, sir.
Your Excellency, I urge all of us to take ownership of the commitments we make today and to approach implementation of targets with renewed energy and focus. Together we can translate plans into action, targets into results, and policies into meaningful development outcomes for the prosperity of our nation. And surely, what gets measured gets done. Chief of Staff to the Prime Cabinet Secretary, Joseph Pusiega, to come forward and sign the performance target with His Excellency, the Prime Cabinet Secretary.